Do you know what the scariest part of being unemployed is? It's not the empty schedule or even the lack of a paycheck. It's when you start getting used to it. It's that moment you find a strange kind of comfort in the stillness of doing nothing. And honestly, that's exactly where I am right now. Let me show you what life looks like at this crossroads. Hi, I'm Nhan, 35 years old. I'm living in Vietnam right now, and I didn't have any income. I didn't have a real job for over years. Always stay hydrated. My mornings are simple. I drop my son off at school.
Rồi, đi vô con.
Today is my son's first day back at school after a long 4-day holiday, so my wife and I walked him all the way to his classroom to make sure he was doing okay.
Rồi, chào em nè. Dép con. Rồi, đi học vui nha. Bye bye Chiêu nè. Bye bye ba nè.
Then I come home. I usually skip breakfast, partly to save money, but mostly just to keep things lean. Since my son was home for the past 4 days, his toys are everywhere. So the first thing I did as soon as I got home was start cleaning up. When you're stressed, a messy house is the last thing you need. Trust me on this. Keep your space tidy. It helps your mind heal. I used to work for platforms like Appen and Outlier. It was stable and it paid the bills. In fact, it paid well enough for my wife and me to save up and build our dream home, the one I'm standing in today. But I hated it every single day. The moment we broke ground on this house, I made a life-changing choice. I quit my stable job to be here for every brick and every bag of cement. For 7 months, this house was my whole world. But when the house was finally finished, I found myself at a crossroads. I tried to pivot into content creation, but it didn't go the way I hoped. Facing that initial failure while carrying the crushing stress of being unemployed became too much to handle. I didn't just stop, I froze. I was terrified that if I kept pushing and failed even harder, the weight of it would pull me into a place I couldn't get back from. I spent a long time being afraid of this camera, but today I decided to just hit record and see where this path takes me. My wife is also building a YouTube channel, and we share the same computer for video editing. After finishing the cleanup, we sat down together to work on her video first, and then it was my turn. Here comes the hardest part. sitting at my computer. It takes me nearly an hour just to convince myself to start. That's when the voices get loud. You're going to fail anyway, they say. Just accept things as they are. When the thoughts get too heavy, I go up to the terrace. I smell the flowers, look at the trees, touching the leaf, and try to find my way back to my senses, just to stay grounded in the now. We're running out of rice.
Bác Đào ơi, tao cho xin con gạo. Dạ. Dạ.
My aunt next door just told me she's making soup and asked me to bring a bowl to get some later. The connection between family and neighbors in rural Vietnam is something truly special and beautiful. People are always ready to share and help whenever someone is in need. I am forever grateful for this. Since there was food left over from last night, I'm reheating it for lunch.
Chào cảm ơn.
And just like that, our meal was complete. Family meals are also an opportunity for me to boost my mood. Our random, light-hearted stories always bring a smile to our faces and allow us to be fully present together in the moment. To me, that is what true happiness looks like. After a quick power nap to recharge, I decided to look after my garden for a bit. This particular plant has been here since the house was first completed. Its fragrance reminds me of a favorite candy from my childhood. Usually, I'd get right back to work, but since this is my very first video, I want to do something a little special. Let's hop on my bike. I want to take you along for a ride to show you the beauty of the Vietnamese countryside where I live. There's a certain peace here that's hard to find anywhere else. is just a 1-minute drive to the rice fields. It's harvest season now, so the fields look a bit somber, but just a few days ago, they were a vast sea of golden ripe rice. In Vietnam, we have a proverb: still waters run deep, and ripe rice bows its head. It means that the deeper a river is, the calmer its surface, whereas shallow streams are often loud and turbulent. Similarly, young rice stalks stand tall, but as the grains ripen and become heavy, they naturally bend toward the earth. This reflects how people who reach great heights in knowledge or character become more humble. They realize how vast the world is and feel no need to boast. Under those blue tarps on the ground is the harvested rice. Farmers dry it thoroughly for preservation, but since it's raining today, they've covered it up. You can see some stray grains scattered outside the tarps. Now I'm back home to continue working and wait for my favorite time of the day. It's the time to go pick up my little guy. This is the moment when the worker part of my day ends and the dad version takes over.
Lấy xe đi.
Our town is hosting some activities for children today, and I've already given him my word to take him there once he's home. Luckily, the weather cleared up. I have no idea how I would have broken the news to him if it had rained.
Một con đây nha. Phải cầu chứ. Bỏ lên trên đi luôn. Từ từ. Rồi, ok. Rồi. Let's go.
My kid seemed pretty scared the first time, but after that, there was no stopping him.
Tiếp không?
Tôi chừa người ta không cầm tôi luôn.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Đi vào đó.
Watching him grow, that's my greatest joy. There's something so pure about a child's energy. It makes my laughter feel lighter and my heart feel whole again. He is the reason I keep trying every single day. Thank you so much for staying until the end. If you felt a connection to my story, hitting that subscribe button would mean the world to me.